Hey you, yeah you sitting there with your saggy butt cheeks and
Hello! This is probably the worst version of this game to play, but it's the only one I've got right now. Personally, I played a bit of the remake, and they've changed enough that I don't really get the same kind of satisfaction I got from playing Final Fantasy games back in the day. But it is introducing a lot more people to Final Fantasy VII, which is fantastic, because more people need to know that these games exist, and there's a whole generation of people who aren't aware how influential these games were for design back in the late 90s. And hopefully a lot of people will play the remake and then play this one, because I think there's enough different in the remake for me to say it's like a separate game. These are two different games, two different styles of gameplay, two different stories even. The characters are the same, the setting's the same, but there is enough different between the two that you can really kind of see them as separate products. And just like the fact that people are talking about Final Fantasy VII again made me want to drag this one out. This isn't the most ideal version of this game. I think the re-release, or the original release that was re-released on the PS3-ish PlayStation Store is actually probably the one I'd like to play, but this one I have on my PC, so this gets it. It's weird because the player models have mouths, which the original one doesn't. But yeah, no, totally. Dark Gohan, you should play this game, especially if you enjoyed the original. If you're a fan of JRPGs, that helps. The combat is a lot slower paced, but it's a fantastic game. There's, it's obviously talked about a lot, but that's for a reason. Yeah, it's on PC. It's the Steam re-release. The original game was actually released on PC as well. Oh, I got it. This bit. This is fun. One sec. They kept this bit in the remake. Oh, there we go. So yeah, the game was originally released on PC about a year after it was released on PlayStation, way back in the 90s. That is this version of the game, so they basically cleaned it up, re-released it on Steam, and given it like a bootstrapper basically to allow it to run in modern operating systems. There are a couple of things about that. There are some things I like about that. Mainly that you can use whatever joypad you have lying around. You don't have to play it with a PlayStation pad if you don't want to. I don't like how clean everything looks. If you'll notice, it's especially obvious in the field views, so not the battle. The battle looks fine for the era when you consider what games looked like in the late 90s. This is fine. But when you look at the field screen after this, so this stuff, you have very sharp player models, and the save point there and the player itself looks really crisp. But the background itself is 320 by 200 or something. It's really low resolution. And back in the day when you'd play that on an analog TV, like a big CRT TV, you wouldn't notice the difference. It would all kind of blend together. And that's kind of the target render that the developers originally kind of were aiming for. So it looked great. Upscale that these days to modern systems, and the differences between the backgrounds and the player models are quite stark. So it's a drawback, but one of the best tracks in the game right now. And this is one thing I like about the original as well. The way Sephiroth is only spoken about, you don't see him until way later in the game, like about 8 hours in or so. He's just like this mythological figure throughout most of it. Most of the intro, the starting part, at least. Yeah, the late 90s PlayStation 1 / early PlayStation 2 era Japanese role-playing games are some of my favorite games ever made. One thing I want to stream on this channel is Vagrant Story and Front Mission 3, both of which are 90s Squaresoft RPGs, which are kind of nobody really talks about anymore. Techno Soldier. Are you going to enjoy Final Fantasy VII Remake? If you... Okay, so that's an interesting question. If you like role-playing games that focus on story, probably. The combat system is quite action-focused, so if you like quick reaction times and, you know, kind of tactical thinking, then you'll probably enjoy it. If you've played the original and you really like the story of the original, you may not enjoy it as much. Also, rad music track right now. First time in the game, I think you hear this track. Can't remember if the Scorpion boss has it as well. But but yeah, honestly, if you've never played the game before, you'll probably enjoy Final Fantasy Remake more than I did, is what I'll say. For example, I mean, this is quite, by today's standards, this is quite a slow pace of battle here. You gotta wait a long time, and then, oh my god, Barrett took 96 whole damage! That's nuts! Yeah, it is a fantastic game. Because it focuses on story as well, if you can get over the graphical differences, and focus on the story, then I think this game ages better than a lot of other games at this time. Because the gameplay is pretty basic. I mean, JRPGs haven't really changed in, like, God knows how long. So you know, the battle system here is essentially the same as Persona 5 is as well. Oh, is that it? Fight, I remember being a lot harder when I first played through this. I'm kind of doing stuff on autopilot right now. I haven't played this game full properly in about, I don't know, 5 years. I'm more of a Final Fantasy VIII fan, but... And you can get this on PS4 as well. If you have a PS4 and you were thinking of getting Final Fantasy Remake, and you're curious about the first game, then you can get it on PS4 still. I haven't got that version. Like I said, I got the PS3 version, and I also have the original PS1 on. Be strong. Be strong. I have the original on disc as well, which also works in PS2, I think. But PS2, you need to get an upscaler to connect that to HDMI stuff. So. Oh my God! See, he doesn't do Super Saiyan stuff here. He just falls. No grappling hook. Whew. if you haven't played the game, I'm reluctant to kind of talk about what's going on here, because this is one of those games where you play it through once, and then once you find out what's going on, you play it through again, and everything makes a lot more sense. I don't know how much of that they kept in the remake. I haven't beaten the remake yet. I'm about 10 hours in. But I wanted to come back and play this a bit to remind myself. Oh, fuck. I mean, dang. This song just gets me. This is real nostalgia hit right now. Think. Yeah. You were the slum drunk. Cloud there, mansplaining materia to Aerith. There's a relationship kind of subplot that goes through this game, where you earn different. You can go on a date with one of the characters later on, and your actions throughout the game up to that point determines who you go on a date with. And one of the things that earns you negative points with Aerith is if you run over her flowers in this bit. And do I want to use the correct in quotes name? Okay, fine. Otherwise it'll be confusing. The letter T, where are you? There it is. That is one thing that the remake did correct, was the mistranslation. But it's ya boy. It's Reno of the Turks. The second best track in this game. First time that happens, I think. That little tick there. No, second time, if you include the first reactor. This guy is such a himbo. Okay. I should set materia on Aerith. Otherwise she just does that. Right, so get the order to this right. I think it's that one first. It's been so long since I've done this. Oh yeah, nailed it. Just have to wait. Okay, I think it's this one next. Two for two! I could run around here and try and get random encounters, I think, and get a bit more experience, but I'm just gonna hurt. Oh. Okay, yeah, now it's this one. Oh, okay. So satisfying when you take everyone out like that. Three down. I think that's it. I don't think I need to use the fourth one. Oh, it's a little squirrely. So in the remake, that is a 15-minute, 10-minute boss fight. can go back to the church now. There's nothing really there. Save time. Look at these guys. Potato people. So there are no classes in this game like a traditional RPG, but Aerith is meant to be a caster. There's nothing that specifically says that she's supposed to use a lot of magic, but it's interesting that, one, she has the lowest physical attack of anyone in the game. Two, they put her on the back row of the party automatically, I believe. Double check that, see if she's not. Yeah. So if you see this, these two character portraits are offset. It kind of shows what their line they are in battle. If you're at the front, like Cloud, you do more physical damage, but you also take more damage. Like Aerith is at the back, you can move her to the front, but if she's at the back, she does less physical damage and takes less damage in return. However, magic damage is unaffected, so you can put her, if you're not expecting anyone to do physical attacks, you put them on the back row, and then equip them with a load of magic materia, and they benefit from a less incoming damage, but they can still do all of their range damage. Barret is similar in that Barret uses a ranged weapon, and he doesn't necessarily need to be on the front row either. He still does full damage from the back row. I don't think they ever really explain that. I can't remember if they ever actually outlined that, because I certainly didn't know the first time I played through this. But like by putting Aerith on the back row like that, automatically it kind of implies that she's squishier and she should be using more magic attacks. Why, yes I will, but first I want to sell something. This is trash. I don't know what it is about RPGs, but I always have to have at least 10 potions in my inventory at any one time. Domino. I can't remember whether they put that character into a remake or not. So it might look at some of these characters might look a little weird. There's a graphical bug in this version of the game, which weirdly they've never corrected, which gives everyone these weird-looking mouths. If you see this kid, has this weird circular mouth, which looks like he's constantly surprised. Top drawer on the bottom one, that's a code for later, I think. So yeah, that's not supposed to be there. These characters are not supposed to have mouths. The fact that they have mouths is a mistake. Oh, top drawer. Yeah, there we go. I'm not gonna take this guy's life savings, that's mean. Doggos! You cannot pet the dog in Final Fantasy VII. Lovely dog. got nothing to say. Fine. That's good. That's a good piece of armor. We should buy this piece of armor. I'm not going to buy any grenades. Haven't got any more material to equip there. Look at this guy's big old chainsaw on the back of the wall there. Some of the details in the background of this game I've never actually noticed before. Maybe because I was playing on a small screen. But it's just got a straight up chainsaw. Is that, I guess, a rocket launcher on the thing on the third row down? I'm not sure what the thing is behind that. Weird. Those guns also look huge. This guy are sick! Let's go! This guy are sick, say it! Oh, they corrected it. Okay, in the PlayStation version, Aerith here says, this guy are sick. It was a translation error. Obviously, they must have changed it in the PC version. This guy is sick. This is huge. This is a massive deal later on in the game, once you know a bit more about the story. It's nuts how much they just drop this character here and don't really do anything with it. Also, I don't know what these trophies are for here. And then so much of this I've never noticed when I've done my other playthroughs. It's kind of crazy. Go through that? I thought I had to go through this way. I think I've been in here already. Yeah. This way, that's it. I love this track so much. He wants to go to the pub. I'm answering in the way that I'm answering because I want the Tifa date later in the game. Wow. Wow. Got, yep. I forgot at the last moment you have to avoid. I think I'm not sure if you can set that off. Oh, there's a... Was that item there already? God. No, get the item. Yes. Yes. Okay. I can't remember whether it's just you can't run or whether that board is actually creaky. Okay. Out of here. I'm really cautious when it comes to these games, so apologies if you see save screens a lot. You go through here yet? I think that's a wall marker. Can't remember if you ever actually have to go that way. Busted! That was wrong. Ah! Okay. Let's try that again. I never know why you can get up here. I thought there was a reason for it. Hell house, hell house, hell house. Yeah. Literally bringing down the house. The enemy design in this thing is pretty unique. Nothing that way. She ain't listening. This is basically a red light district. Wall Market is probably one of the most infamous parts of the game. Also, it's loaded, like the original translation is loaded with kind of innuendo and like cultural references to Japanese stuff. So the localizers must have had a pretty tough time kind of making sure all the jokes land. For example, the restaurant here. This is the item shop. The restaurant is somewhere else then. Restaurant here has a dish on the menu called Korean barbecue plate, implying that the nation of Korea exists within the world of Final Fantasy VII. Also, I love Korean barbecue, so I'm ordering that, but I think if you order the others, there's actually better rewards you get from the voucher. I miss restaurants. I remember eating out, that was fun. God, I can't remember what these do. Deodorant. They refer to all businesses as shops or stores. That's another thing. This is clearly not a store. Talk to the doorman. Everyone's in the way. So there is a way to get in here. weird mouse. Some band t-shirts going on here. That's what I need the digestive for. Yeah. Might have chosen the wrong one. And so begins the most infamous side quest. Well, I guess it's not really a side quest. It's the only way. Dress first. Got a dress. We need a wig. And that's the gym. Maybe later. Probably have to go back to the clothes store first. Gym time. The squats minigame. Well, the minigames in this interesting. Switch. That's square, I think. Yeah. Let's just go for it. This guy sucks. Get right. Okay. Nope. So there's other items that you can collect, and if you get all the items, the scenario in the mansion plays out a little differently. You can also get into the Honeybee Inn, but I'm not. That's a bit of a palaver. Again, probably the most plot-relevant hair ornament there. So, it never really struck me as weird that this brothel slash mansion has a torture chamber in it. Maybe that isn't weird, I don't know. Oof. Because we didn't get the whole outfit, we're going to have to do a slightly different route here where we have to beat up some guys. VII. Raid the place. A poet. I like your way he just says Lear Snicker out loud. I mean, that's in quotes, so... Oh! Interesting character models for these things. Uzis with bayonets on them or something? Yeah. Guess this guy's a boss. Grab Aerith from the basement. Again, answering the way I'm on. I just want to. Man, rough. I'm answering the way I'm answering because I'm aiming for the Tifa date in Gold Saucer later. Jesus, I've forgotten how gross this whole thing is. Capital P. The Shinra? Do a dance. Heidegger in the remake, played by John DiMaggio, who also does Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War, and Bender from Futurama. Which I think is fantastic casting. It's actually perfect. Again, another date choice here. The person that you pick up first, you get earned date points for. And I really like this boss fight. This is the first kind of properly hard boss fight, I think. I remember this is the first fight when I first played through this game that I had problems with. Probably not that hard as I remember, but... don't think fire's going to do much to this guy, but let's find out. Oh god, this music's so good! I love all the Final Fantasy games, this one has the best music. Final Fantasy VIII is my favourite, but the music in this is sublime. Nice. You earn new limit breaks in this game in two ways. One, by using your existing limit breaks. I think it's 8 times. If you use one limit break 8 times, you earn the second limit break for that level. And then you have to kill a certain number of enemies, at least get the last hit. That character has to last hit a certain number of enemies to earn new limit breaks after that. So usually it's quite easy to get your level 2 limit, but then you have to, for example in the case of Aerith, make sure she's last hitting as many enemies as possible to get her level 2 limit and so on. Hello, the Sick Ross. Oh hey, yeah, thanks for your front mission stream, dude. Really appreciate it. It's good to see other people streaming PS1 games. I had actually front mission was one of the ones I was considering doing myself. But I decided to do Final Fantasy VII because I wanted to replay it anyway. I also have a couple of others that I want to give a spin. Specifically Carnage Heart, which is the one I was telling you about programming robots. You don't really see many people streaming it, and I think it's a good game and worth giving a spin. Oh man, it's okay. I didn't detect you were ill. Put it that way. And yeah, my Warhammer painting went really good. In fact, I've got it's over there on the shelf. I might grab it in a bit when I get up to get a drink later. I was painting a Demon Prince for my Chaos army. This lockdown is a really good excuse to get all of my painting and modeling jobs done. Also, your English was fantastic. Honestly, you speak better English than most English people I know, so I wouldn't worry about that. But yeah, I hope you stream more Front Mission. I'll definitely tune into that. Check equipment first. Steel. I never end up using steel. It's supposed to be really good because of the stuff you can get from it, but... Ninja Gaiden's rad. I never played the original on, what was it? NES? I'm not sure. But Ninja Gaiden Black, or the Tomonobu Itagaki one on the Xbox. Fantastic. Really hard though, never beat it. I like games, like character action games like that and Devil May Cry. I like them more than I'm good at them. So like, I usually kind of hit a wall eventually where my skill just runs out. Dendy. That name rings a bell, actually. Dendy. I feel like I've heard that one before. But yeah, I understand it's the same in a few countries. It's the same kind of deal. In that your only options if you want to play these games are to pirate them. I mean, I was the same back playing the original Metal Gear on the MSX. If you wanted to play the original like PC Engine version of that, you had to pirate it. Swear steel. Come on. Nope. See, that's what usually happens. You don't do any damage and you just get nothing in return. Fantastic trade-off. Oh, this music's so good. I'm going to keep saying that, and I'm not going to apologize either because it is fantastic. Okay, what am I doing? I need to get up. I need to get out. Okay, train graveyard. I'm going to take a quick break here. I'm going to grab a drink. I need to send a text. But I'll be right back. I don't have any overlays or anything, so I'm just going to leave the game running. Right, back in a sec. Hi, Dark Gohan. Yeah, sure. Thanks for dropping by. I hope you found this entertaining, and I hope this convinces you to pick up the original and give it a spin because it's really worth doing. But yeah, cheers for dropping by. Okay. so... Nintendo actually ended up making money from the Dendy. That's pretty interesting. I guess there's two alternatives, right, in that situation. One is you cry lawsuit and you try and get some money out of whatever company is ripping off your stuff, and that relies on, you know, extensive legal proceedings in whatever country is that company's based in. Or you just say, look, we know what you're doing is wrong, you know what you're doing is wrong, just cut us in and we'll look the other way. And I guess that's the way they went. It kind of makes sense. Magic. Oh, it's really difficult. That slot reel limit is really difficult to hit on PC because the frame rate is complete. Oh, these guys. The frame rate is completely different. Watch her miss. Watch her miss. Absolute nothing. Those ghosts disappear once you hit them the first time, so you have to actually wait till they reappear before you can hit them again. So that was kind of a waste of a limit. In Russia, Dendy sues you. What does one steal from a ghost? Nothing. Good. Oh, but it still triggers... I'm learning stuff about this. It still triggers their invulnerability, even if you don't hit them with damage. This is why I never use steal. Cross slash. So I used my limit break for the 8th time, so now I have cross slash. The limit system here is kind of weird as well. So you got four levels of limit, 2 limits in each level. You earn the first one in each level by killing a certain number of enemies, and you earn the second one by using the first one a certain number of times, like I said. This is something, just the atmosphere of this place, I think, is something I didn't really see in the remake. Like, there's a slower pace and a more kind of spacey, chilled out vibe to a lot of the dungeon type areas in this game. I read a really good article about Final Fantasy in general, which kind of described all of these games as being lonely. Like, there's a sense of being alone in all of them. And I think this sequence kind of underscores that a bit. It's quite bleak. So I'm going to have to move these trains around, but I want to make sure I loot everything first. Astartes project. No, I heard about it. It's a fan-made Warhammer film, as far as I'm aware. It's a really interesting idea, because every official film product that's come out of the Warhammer universe has been more or less bad. There was that Ultramarines movie not so long ago that was hot garbage. And I think there's an Inquisitor short film years ago, back in the 90s, that was similarly bad. But yeah, the Astartes thing seems good. Honestly, the best piece of Warhammer media, the best piece of art that depicts the Warhammer universe is, I think, outside of the books, because the book's fantastic. Dan Abnett and Aaron Dembski-Bowden's amazing authors. but the game Space Marine in 2014, I think, the action game. You could get it for the Xbox back then. That is the most true representation of Space Marines in any media that I've seen. Like, the idea of these guys being able to basically take on whole armies of orcs single-handedly is kind of more on par with what the source material describes. Yeah, I should check it out. Because like I said, I don't know anything about it, but yeah, I'll look into it. Right, I need to move these engines around. But first I grab this treasure. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. It's sensitive hitboxes on those trains. Nope. Let's try that again. I don't remember this being that sensitive in the PlayStation version. Nice. Which multiplayer games do I play? I go on and off. Right now I'm playing a lot of Call of Duty, because the Warzone mode is quite fun. Oh, wait, hold on. I think this guy's actually hard. Yeah, Warzone in Call of Duty is really, really good right now. I don't play many first-person shooters or battle royales. Modern Warfare this year was fantastic. It's one of the best single-player shooter games I played for a while, and so that led to me playing the multiplayer a bit longer. So there's that. I used to play a load of Destiny 2, don't really play that anymore. Also, Final Fantasy 14 I dabble with sometimes, the MMO. But other than that, not a massive amount. Monster Hunter, I guess you could count. That's a game I usually play multiplayer. A big fan of Monster Hunter. See the hat. But yeah, I go on and off on that game. Sometimes I play it solidly. Sometimes it's just like once a week, maybe. Right. Gotta shift this one. Puzzle solved. When you're hearing battle music outside of battle, you know shit's about to get real. think someone up there uses. I'm just gonna stock up. Usually I just buy 5 of all of these things. That'll do. RE3 resistance. Is that a Resident Evil resistance? Is that? I don't think I've heard. Maybe I probably have heard of that, but I'm terrible with names for stuff. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I think I've heard of that. It's kind of like the mercenaries mode from the old Resident Evil Outbreak. Oh, whoa, no. Why do they even have that there? That's a terrible place to put that. Yeah, Resident Evil multiplayer has been kind of like all over the place. They've made some really good ones and they've made some really garbage ones. It's funny that Capcom seems to think that it's funny that Capcom seems to think that is a game they need to make multiplayer modes for. Probably because it's one of their only games that has like gun combat in it. So they see that as like some reason to include multiplayer with. I'm glad that people have fun with it, honestly. It's not... Resident Evil's never been like one of my favourite series. I'm not a massive zombie game fan. But I certainly played a lot of 2 back in the day. I think I prefer the second one to the first one. I don't know. Maybe it's just the setting. I kind of like the destroyed city more than the mansion. Bink! But yeah, hopefully they keep supporting it. The enemy design in these games are like just something else. They're really kind of unique. Helicopter Man. I wonder if you can't hit him with melee attacks until he drops on the ground. That would make sense. Am I an artist? Not really. No, not at all, really. Oh, I should equip heal materia. I forgot about that. The only art I do is when I do game development stuff. I do a bit of pixel art. But that's about it, really. And it's not good. It's nothing I'd want to show off, put it that way. What about you? Right, let's get restore instead of steal. And up here. Cover hasn't worked at all, I don't think, yet. It's supposed to give me a 20% chance for Cloud to take a hit in place of someone else. Which is great for building up limit breaks as well. If you have to use a limit break a certain amount of times to get the next one, equip cover, they'll get hit more often and their limit gauge will charge more. Oh, I'm just talking to you over and over again. Oh man, yeah, that's rough. My girlfriend has a similar issue because she's much more artistically inclined than I am, but she has problems in her shoulder. She spends a lot of time drawing, which is like can be really rough. It must be kind of crap when you want to express yourself like that, but you literally physically your body can't do that. grab a ball, that'll be fun. Oh. Most bosses in this game are immune to that kind of malarkey. Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, you gotta attack the pyramid to break it, I remember now. Oh, let's do this one. Yeah, like streaming thing, it seems good. I've never really done it before now. I tried streaming some Dark Souls like last year. But it is certainly a way to kind of, like, I don't know, find something you love, put it in front of other people, and find other people who also love those things. I mean, just in London, before the lockdown, I used to play a lot of board games in a pub, and that was just a really great way of finding other people who also like playing board games. Is you sit down in a pub, break out a board game, and then you'll immediately get approached by other people who are into the same kind of stuff. I'm going to use you to heal. Because Cloud is looking a little worse for wear. It's time. Look at that face. Boss music does not stop. Now this is interesting because I don't know if this is an actual bomb or whether they programmed the plate to do this, like, regardless. Like whether there was always a mechanism in there to allow it to be destroyed. Yeah, there we go. Emergency plate release system. Bear in mind, Barrett doesn't actually know who she is at this point. Drink vodka, eat potatoes, and go in the sauna. Actually, that sounds like a pretty good time. I mean, I can't comment on how that affects the infection rate. But right now, vodka, potatoes, and a sauna. If it's by yourself, I mean, you can do all that stuff in lockdown. Like, I mean, if you're lucky to have a sauna nearby, you can maintain social distancing while getting sweaty. Oh, that's just unnecessary, dude. Even Seng has the dumb glitch mouth. Emergency plate release system. Now, what emergency would you need if it was a genuine emergency and not just an act of basically genocide to crush a terrorist group of like 4 people? Well, 3 people now. And also, of course, the people on top of the plate as well. No, get the materia. There's materia down there. I mean, yes, no, mourn your friends and loved ones, of course, sorry. We'll get the materia later. I love that little detail of his gun arm making a different sound to his fist when he thumps the rubble. I don't know why, that really just... it's attention to detail. Yeah, it is a little crazy. I'm lucky I've got a nice flat here, but it's kind of nuts not being able to leave the house at all. Not being able to really see friends. I'm a programmer, so I can work from home, so my job isn't really affected, but... like... yeah, it's a little claustrophobic. That's half the reason I'm doing this, is just so I've got an excuse to talk to people. I admire RPGs that are not afraid to use character death, even if it's minor characters. I kind of respect that, because generally video games don't like to take things away from people. Another game that did that really well fairly recently, was Metal Gear Solid 5 with Quiet. The fact that she's one of the most effective members of your team means that, you know, you miss her from a gameplay perspective as well as a story perspective. There is a reason for the player to miss that character when they leave. As well as the in-game characters' story reasons. I kind of respect that. No. Oh, fuck. There's materia there. I know I can come back there at some point in the future. Oh, right, yeah. Okay, let's go first. So I'm not sure what prompts that comment about the ancients there. Sense. Okay, cool. Now we can actually... Let's give him ice. We can have sense. We've already got fire and restore. Let's give you steel. I'm going to put restore on Barrett, just because, again, backline, back rank character here, takes less damage. And so more likely to survive and be able to heal people. Hell House, just bonkers, awesome enemy design. Bam, bam, bam. You've never beaten Final Fantasy VII, only Final Fantasy 8 and 9. 8 is actually my favorite Final Fantasy, so I'm glad that you've played through that one. I really enjoy that. I probably, if I get the chance, I'll probably play through that on stream as well. It'll be a good reason for me to play through it again. 9 is fantastic. If anybody tells me that 9 is their favorite Final Fantasy game, then I respect that, because it's an amazing game. Visually, just gorgeous. Like, definitely the best looking of all of the PS1 games. Fantastic music as well. A lot to like about that game. I was a bit disappointed with the end game in that one. The open world kind of closed off a lot sooner than I thought it would, and you didn't have as much of a chance to go around and finish anything. So there's a good chunk of the game at the end there, which let's go to the weapon shop. There's a good chunk of the game at the end there where you have to, you kind of lock yourself out of finishing a lot of side quests. Literal sky is falling. Okay, so now, I don't know if you remember, but earlier we were in here and there's a child upstairs who we determined where their life savings were. We didn't take it, so now we get Turbo Ether, which is one of the best magical MP restoring items in the game. Well, or 5 gil. I mean, if we'd just taken the money, we would have had 5 gil. Fake news media. Yeah, that's fine. Just hit up the materia shop. Nope. No, never actually said that. Never specifically told me not to open up other people's freezers. Let's buy one of them, one of them. Leave it there. Nope, it's still fine. That's Biggs and Jesse. I had never noticed that before. I don't know if that's intentional, but that was the character models for Biggs and Jesse, I think? 15 years ago. They would have been about 14, maybe? No, they're probably younger. I don't know if that's meant to be where they just reuse those character models. I'll check that out later. It's just really handy we have the same hair color. You used to see, yeah, this is like, you used to see that a lot during the war. People dying at train stations. I never actually kind of thought about why her mother is dying at a train station, or maybe it's a metaphor. Research laboratory, right, yeah. This is coming back to me now. This sequence is so well done. I'm not sure if there's something similar in the remake. I'm now beyond where I've actually gotten to in the remake. But interesting change of camera angle, showing the same scene as well. Quick nap. Yeah, no, the music again, fantastic. I mean, I felt like commenting on it, but I purposely didn't, because I know I've been going on a lot in the stream. And it's like a MIDI file. This is really simple stuff, but it's really evocative and really... I mean, nostalgia plays a massive part, of course. It'll be interesting to see someone that hasn't played this game before, what they pick up from the soundtrack. But I literally had a MIDI of this back on my 486 back in the 90s, when that was pretty much the only kind of music you can get hold of off the internet. Okay. Okay, I don't think I need to change the material at all. I think I already got everything from over there. Okay. I still don't think I can go down here. I'm not sure why it looks like you can go down here, because it's never really able to. Alright, so I am probably going to wrap this up when I get to Wall Market. But it's been fun, and I'm going to be back streaming this as frequently as I can. It's a good reason for me to actually go through and finish this game again, because I haven't touched it in so long. Hell House! It's Hell House time. Time for Hell House. In fact, have I even used Sense yet? I don't think so. Because a lot of these things, unless you had the strategy guide or something, you wouldn't know the names of these things unless you use the Sense Materia. And the Sense Materia is never really required. Just use it. Let's take a look. Hell House. Level 11. Some hit points. That's it. Get wrecked! Love me some cross slash. Same. Got a reputation. I do like to smash and grind. I don't need you. There. Right. Okay, I'm gonna call it here, guys. But thank you very much for just hanging out and watching me play old PlayStation games. Yeah, I'll be back doing this again. I'm sure. This, probably tomorrow. In fact, I don't think I've got anything on in the evening tomorrow. So, yeah. If you're interested, please do come by, hang out, and chat. That would be rad. Thanks for your time, and I will see you around.